Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to today's video, which is going to be on Dune. Let's talk about that today. So, recent updates about the movie. The trailer should be coming out later this month, August 2020. There's going to be some reshoots. Denis Villeneuve has said these were planned long time ago. They were before, it was expected to be done before this whole worldwide biology issue, and now it has kind of squeezed the available time for the reshoots and just repositionings or readjustments of the movie. But I don't think it's a major problem. Many movies do this kind of thing. Maybe they realize a little bit later on, or after main shooting is finished, that there's more to be done or something didn't quite come out as they expected, so I'm not too fussed about it. And the release date will be, or is still planned for December of this year, so at least for part 1. So that all seems to be, hopefully they'll be able to make it in time. More importantly, I think the issue really is how successful will this movie be? And to be successful, this film has to be entertaining at the very least, obviously. So it's generally hard to please everyone, and I think there are 3 main groups of people who are going to come and watch this movie. There's obviously the major hardcore kind of Dune fans, read all the books multiple times, so on, know all the lore and everything else around it. And there are just generalized kind of general sci-fi fans. I kind of fall in between the 2 of these myself. And then we have the general moviegoers, people just gonna want to go and have fun, have a good time, see something new, something people who might go based on hearing how good this movie or how good it is or whatever, how entertaining it is, that kind of group. And then of course there's the other issue with, like I said, with this biology problem right now. Don't know like if this movie can actually properly be screened properly by then, whether they might have to move to some kind of streaming option or something. We'll see, so that could all impact on the success. Anyway, back in the 80s, Alejandro Jodorowsky, I hope I've said that correctly. He's another director. He's someone who tried to make the first Dune movie in the 80s. In the end, it didn't really work out with him. But recently he's been interviewed and he said that even though it's a sci-fi story, it is such a literary kind of work and so difficult to translate into the cinema format. I think he's right on this aspect. Having read, if you've read the first book, you'll know how kind of dense and literary and philosophical it is, along with the third one too. But I think there's another epic that we kind of compare this to, which is Lord of the Rings, which I'm a really big fan of. The key with Dune will be to bring a very clear message to the audience that resonates with them and which most people can agree with. So this requires removal of any present day political bias in the interpretation of the original text. And the question really is then, is Denis Villeneuve up to this task? And, I think he did pretty well with Blade Runner 2049 recently, and he's a good director, so hopefully he can produce something that achieves this aim and therefore is able to reach mass popularity and cultural kind of resonance. So the problems can be, if there's too much deviation from the actual text, viewer group number 1, the major Dune fans, probably won't like what they see. If it's too rigid and too close to the text, it could be kind of slow and lumbering sort of adaptation, and viewer group 2 and 3, that's the sci-fi fans and the general fans, moviegoers, may not like it so much. And if the story is way too abstract or taken towards this kind of cartoony or kind of Marvel-like canned entertainment sort of format, then general moviegoers won't really see the point of it, and a lot of other people won't like it either. The other 2, the fans and like the Dune fans and sci-fi fans, won't really be able to take this very seriously either. So it's a very difficult kind of balancing act, I think, and it's going to be tough to try and do it, but hopefully, hoping for the best. The Dune saga in its entirety is such a great foundation of science fiction, and because of this, it is really hard to translate it properly into movie format, as the other director guy had mentioned. It is also really nuanced with both these heroes and anti-hero figures, and actually it probably isn't even a real clear-cut hero at all in this story, in the traditional sense of it. And a huge part of the story is a condemnation. It's a really strong critique of every aspect of human nature, ranging from the intentionally evil actions that some people or groups or countries or whatever might do, all the way to the disastrous consequences of people trying to do the right thing, such as in the case in Dune, minor spoiler here, what happens with the people trying to kind of repair this broken planet. End spoiler. Especially in today's political climate, I think it'll be kind of difficult to do this film right in a way that kind of doesn't miss out too much of the details and the philosophical side of the story and the message, while also being kind of entertaining and able to resonate. So hopefully we will see a great piece of cinema coming out soon. They'll be able to stick to their December release date, and really looking forward to it, of course. That is all I wanted to say right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, if you like this kind of content where I kind of discuss the current news around science fiction and also sort of try and analyze things and critique whatever's going on, then please do consider subscribing and giving me a like as well. Thanks so much again for listening. I know you guys have a lot of different things that you could be listening to and watching, and I appreciate that you've chosen to spend these few minutes here with me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.